I'm a G, man.
Oh yeah, episode 50, we're gonna switch it up.
Oh shit, we live, Juice.
Oh, got you. That's what we are. How we doing?
Oh man, honey package,
I'm
man.
doing real good with this honey pack.
On my soul, man. You done found out, man. That's a lose, man. We finna hit Tone, A-Rab, by all the little honey packs out here. Be out here on slow mode, man. Shout out to the honey packs. I don't need them, but shit, somebody do.
You put me on. Shoot.
I'm telling you, boy. Them like you getting the generic honey packs, like the ones from Popeyes. Hey, y'all getting them ones, man. I got these ones. I can G free.
Old head. Episode 45. We are not talking about honey packs. You did not hear that. We old heads. We don't need no honey packs.
Fuck it, we don't, nigga. We old heads. So this getting around that time.
Hey, it is what it is.
Don't fool yourself, man. Shit, age is a motherfucker.
March Madness, if you don't know, man, I'm your co-host, Omar, a.k.a. O'Milly, a.k.a. that dude, a.k.a. Mr. Rello. If you know, you know. And like I say, it's March Madness. We got another great show today for you guys. Larry Johnson versus Glenn Robinson. Who do you think was the better college player? Both of those guys were number one. Personally, two of my favorite college players of all time. Might be my top two favorite college players of all time. And then also, we're going to be talking about NFL free agents out there. Who are some of the best free agents? And also our picks for the Final Four. That's been crazy so far. I don't think there are no number ones left. So
No, not at all. First day, fucked my bracket up, so I stopped. My shit was tore off the first day. I ain't gonna lie. I had, what was it? There was 4 brackets, something like that. My whole Western Conference was perfect. Everything else was mangled.
Oh, wow.
Everything else was mangled.
Oh, wow.
Next thing you know, I'm just waiting on Texas to win and shit.
Hey, man.
Oh, no.
But,
That's what I said, nigga.
he said that's what I said.
Oh, no.
You brothers want to introduce yourself, man.
Oh, man. Hendo, man, a.k.a. Fresh Loaf, a.k.a. Mr. Honey Pack. You already know, man.
Oh,
Wow.
Oh, snap. The boy Bills, man. Holla at us.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Let's kick it off, man. Appreciate y'all out there rocking with us. Let's kick it off. Sports news. NFL free agents. Let's see. Who are your top 3 free agents right now that's still available?
Me, Evan Ingram right now, tight end.
He's franchise.
Did they? Shit, until that moment there. Lamar Jackson, until they franchise him, because shit, he's still that free agent, and I feel like he might get franchised. And Jacoby Myers, a wide receiver. I feel like he's a good grab for any team coming up,
They got
man.
Jacoby. That's what they signed him.
Did they? Well, shit, I guess my list popped shit. Yeah.
I want to know if Derrick Henry, did they sign a name?
He's not a free agent. They just what they were talking about. They were talking about shopping him because what it is
Because I know the Bears.
he's what 32? No, 28 or 32, something like that. I can't remember exact age, but what it is people don't want to keep paying running backs. So running backs, you feel like you can go through 5 good running backs every draft year type stuff. And the thing about Tyler Henry and the Titans is the Titans might be ready to move on where he's still going to be doing his job. That's why it's appealing. I think they're looking to see what they could possibly get, but I think they're entertaining it, but they're not going to pull the trigger on it. Yeah. I just think it's entertainment right now to get, motherfucking buzz going and stuff, keep their name in the buzz and stuff. But I don't see that really happening. I really don't.
I fucked up that one. Well, shit, I'm going to say D-Hop. Is he a free agent? Or
no, D-Hop still needs to get picked up. He's still under a contract with the Cardinals. The thing is, he'll probably want to leave, and that's what everybody was saying. So they were looking for options to see what they could get if they potential trading. We're looking at the 3rd or 4th round or something like that.
But shit, Aaron Rodgers and
Lamar Jackson, man.
shit, those motherfuckers. Big names. Right? You know what I'm
I was going to say Saquon, but they put the franchise tag on Buddy, so
okay.
You know what I'm saying? Otherwise, he'd have been a free agent too.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think all the better of the ones that we were looking at and the shit, they got picked up. I ain't gonna lie. Because I was gonna name a fistful of quarterbacks, but they all got picked up.
Shit, Aaron Rodgers out there still dangling around. Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. I think they still got some value picks out there. I like at 3. I had Yannick and Jacque.
Yeah.
The edge. Since he's been. This will be his 6th team in 5 years.
Cincy?
Huh?
With Cincinnati?
I'm not sure who he was with last. It might have been. I know at one point he was with Jacksonville. At one point, I'm not sure who he was with last, but this will be his 6th team in 5 years, and but he's had 8 sacks every season he's been in the league. I think one of the reasons why he's still out there is he struggles against the run. But on first and I would say on second and probably third down, definitely a third down guy. To say he's been in the league, and every year, every team he's been on, he's produced. He's had at least 8 sacks. I believe one year he topped out at 10. So I think he would be a terrific pick. Marcus Peters, the cornerback.
Yeah. Old as shit.
Still can be. I think it still can be productive. Injuries in 21. He did miss the final 3 games last year, which is probably why he's a free agent. But he's only 30 years old. Former 3-time Pro Bowler. I think if healthy, he can absolutely be a steal and definitely help someone's secondary and be a veteran in someone's secondary. I think Chicago will be a good place for him. And the best, I think, free agent out there right now is linebacker Bobby Wagner.
Yeah. Oh, I forgot. I forgot too to add one. OBJ. I was thinking about OBJ too. I forget he's a free agent right now, but a lot of teams are looking at him.
Yeah.
I think not Dallas. I think Dallas was mentioned at one time, but right now it's really looking like the Jets, and then it was somebody else. Jets, I think the Rams might have re-inquired, but I don't think they really need that right now because I think they're trying to pick up pieces.
Kansas City too.
I think it was Kansas City.
What? No. Wow.
Because they let Juju went to New England.
Sure did.
So without that, they need a star receiver over there, and they ain't got Tyreek Hill. He gone. He with the Dolphins. Juju was holding down for him. He gone. So they're gonna need a star. So they'll probably look OBJ way.
They should. Yeah.
I would
take a look. Yeah.
I would.
But see, I don't know how he gonna be looking, man, after that injury.
He's had a whole man.
It was set up for him to go to Dallas last year.
But
they took a look at him
year.
and they didn't say nothing else. They just said, "Nah, no thank you."
Because they didn't have what they needed.
He was still hurt, I think.
I think he was. That's why he took this whole year getting right, though. But he had a whole year.
Yeah.
This man still is
and
great
he should
talent.
have.
Yeah, that type of injury you got to.
Yeah, he shouldn't have rushed back.
That type of injury you should. ACL, MCL tears, you should take physically a whole year to come back.
Oh, real, yeah. Slowly get back in that grind, man. Don't be rushing that shit, playing fucking full speed, world class athlete. This is the top notch game in the league, bro. These plays happen in like fucking 4 or 5 fucking seconds. The whole play can be a touchdown for 60 yards. This shit took 5 fucking seconds. That's him running way down there. Man, he can't be exploding off them Hemis and ACLs and
especially
all that
when he
shit.
attacked the ball.
You know what I'm saying? For real, dog, man. Nah, slow down.
He attacks high.
Yeah. So those are my top 3. I think Bobby Wagner. I say a lot of people forget he was second team All Pro last year. He is only 32 years old.
Bobby Wagner, nice.
I think he'll be perfect for a team that's contending for a Super Bowl.
I think the Bills should take a look at him. The Bills, the way they
because they needed Vaughn last year. You know what I'm saying? And he wasn't there.
But now they short on linebackers though too, because we picked up one.
Oh yeah,
think about it. So you need some pressure. I think he'd be the perfect. He would be the perfect middle linebacker for them. He's a veteran. He knows how to run schemes. You're going to get your edge rusher back. You know what I'm saying? He going to be back. So you got him, and then whoever you got on the left side. I'm telling you, you should really take a look at him.
This is actually real good advice for their team. Y'all should be paying attention.
But now you also have to look at he's commanding $11 million.
Pay that.
$11 million a year
Pay
over
that.
the next 2 seasons.
Pay that.
Which is one of the reasons why probably the Rams let him go. And if I'm the Bills, I will be looking at trying to get Derrick Henry, especially if they're asking for like a second round pick. If you're only asking for a second round pick for Derrick Henry, you mean to tell me you're gonna find a back and just
I think, like I said, I think that's all entertainable. I don't think they're gonna pull that move on her. I just don't think they're gonna give up. That's like, I rarely see one of the best running backs get traded like that from a team. You rarely see
it's
that.
weird. That's why you know what I'm saying.
You didn't see it with Todd Gurley. Todd Gurley just got injured. You know what I'm saying? And when you think about all the better running backs you see, you rarely see them get traded. You know, Barry Sanders, they weren't even thinking about trading him. You know what I'm saying? All the good running backs you see just don't.
I think you see it more often. When we talk, you say that, but you have to look at Austin Eckler.
He's just a so-so running back, though. He's just so-so.
But he is. I like him. I like
Austin Eckler.
But I do feel like that's weird too. It is outside of the box though. Like when I heard him say he wanted to go and compete somewhere, I did feel like that's not normal. You know what I'm saying? To his point, you know what I'm saying? I feel like actually they ain't really normal to really see like that. Like running backs while they still good, you know what I'm saying, get traded off the team, it feel weird.
They got to demand it, is what I'm saying.
Yeah,
Because even AP never left. They had to get rid of AP.
Yeah.
Normally, like I said, when you see good running backs, like great running backs, they never won. For instance, we look at Saquon. Even though he went through all those injuries, he still give you 1,000-yard seasons when he's healthy, and he's still somebody you want to hold on to. Because if they would have been hot, if they would have let him go to like the Bears, and they would have seen the Bears steamroll and go run all through the. I'm just saying, that to me that's the difference makers with certain games.
Yeah, DeMarco Murray.
Because I always think about
DeMarco Murray.
He was a free
Cadillac.
agent when he went to the Cowboys.
Right, but they
and what's my man that was with the Twitch? What's my man with the Twitch from Tennessee? The Twitch. Chris Jones. Chris Johnson. He never really wanted to leave too, and they were like, man, we really don't want to see him go. Like, like it's very rare. I think that's why I'm saying. I say that to say this. I think they're just entertaining. If somebody came with a very sweet deal, like, look, man, we give you 2 first rounds for him. Oh shit, come on, man, let's not be foolish. But if you really talk about seconds and thirds, you really gonna give up arguably one of the best running backs in the league, top 3, top 5 every year for a second rounder?
That's good.
I mean, it sounds good. I just think it's entertainable. I think they're shopping, but they're not. They're entertaining, but they're not shopping.
That's weird.
I don't know, man.
I don't understand what they even thinking.
And also, Eckler is terrific. You should see his numbers.
I watch his numbers, but
That team should have winning, man. I can't stand that team, bro.
Austin Eckler has the second most touchdowns in the past 2
and I
years.
get that.
He has like a crazy amount.
And so does Derrick Henry, and they both play, but they both play for teams that they not gonna go nowhere on, and that reflects onto their record because
the Georgia team need to be doing something.
And I agree. But hey, let's not forget how many times have we seen amazing running backs on shitty fucking teams. Do we have to talk about Barry Sanders? Do we have to talk? I'm just saying, but like this is what I'm saying. You very rarely see them, but he wants to leave to go compete. That's the only thing. You know what I'm saying? He has good numbers, but if he had, I'm not gonna say like this, but if he had better numbers, they'd be winning. That's what I'm saying. He can have good numbers, but he's good. But I understand.
He can go somewhere and do way less.
And I understand. But how good are you running if it can't translate into wins where dubs sustainable, where you're looking at championships, AFC contenders, and shit like that? And that's where they're not at right now. And I'm not putting it all on him because, like I said, he is a great runner. But what he's doing is good right now. When I watch other people go over and do, like you said, do less and go further.
That's fair.
Because I watched Buddy, White, that played with New England, and he was a scat back pretty much. And he's not a better runner, but he got a championship before Derrick Henry. Granted, they played at different times, but he's not a better running back than the two guys.
Ring with? He won.
New England.
Wow.
He won it with New England. We watched Howard leave the Bears and go to Philly the next year and win a ring, and he's not a better running back than either two of those dudes we just talked about. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all. No shots.
Yeah, outshot too, didn't they?
Yep. They took them that year. They got a ring, and I was hot about that shit. As soon as they left, they got a ring.
Talking about rings, a lot of teams tend to try to build through the draft. You know what I'm saying? They try to get a quarterback on a rookie deal and try to build around them. That seems to be the winning way of winning a championship. Seems to be because quarterbacks demand so much money. Who do you think are the top 3 players Chicago should go after in the draft at that 9th pick?
Oh yeah, I was definitely gonna lean on y'all on this one.
I got
y'all expertise. You know what I'm saying?
You want me to?
I'll kick it off. I think our priorities have shifted with some of the picks that we picked up in free agency as occurring. So now some of our needs have kind of shifted to other needs that need to be addressed. And right now, our biggest need, to my eyes, as of right now, we're going to need some pieces on defense, but we're going to fill those. But offensive line. Our offensive line has been a makeshift line for the last 3 years. We literally have Cody Whitehair, who was drafted to be an amazing left guard, but we have him playing center. And I've seen Cody Whitehair blow or just not play good center position, put it like that. And it's not that he's not good at what he do, but he graduated and we pulled him in at this position. He's great at that position. I'm sick of getting these people and trying to make them into something else. We get Hester, who's a great special teams, and then we try to make him into a receiver. We get defensive tackles and make them into running backs and shit like that. Stop trying to get a motherfucker who's been doing what they do. With that being said, I think we look at Paris Johnson, offensive tackle out of Ohio State. I think we look at him a lot because we need help on that line. And between Broom and Jenkins, they need to figure whatever the fuck they want to do right now. That's what it is. They got to figure that out. And putting some fire behind their ass and getting some motherfuckers in here that know what they doing, that's going to get them going. I want an interchangeable O-line where, we going to find who want to block and who don't want to block it. If you want to block, you can skip your ass up out of here. But I think that's who we take with that. And he's a good look at that. A good look. Coming down from that, the other option I think we should look at is Peter Skoronski, another offensive tackle out of Northwestern. I'm going a lot of O-line because we need this O-line to get fired up and get going. That's what we need. For Justin Fields to do what he needs to, to be successful, we need this O-line to be elite.
Yeah,
and we need to get some pieces in here.
Too, man. We got them nice running backs, man.
We need some pieces. And with that being said, too, I still think we take a look at Miles Murphy, defensive end out of Clemson, because you put him on the other side, complement what Walker and everybody else is going to be doing out there, we're going to have something to look at.
I like that. At 3, I went with Peter Skoronski, which is I think who we're probably end up taking out of Northwestern. He's typically he played left tackle at Northwestern. I don't believe he gave up a sack.
Sounds like we still need a center.
We do, but a center is not something you draft right now. A center is something you grab in free agency because you need a veteran.
Yeah, I don't know if there's a center out there good enough to draft that high.
Yeah. I mean, wondering if y'all thought about this.
No,
I think about that, but I think about
how y'all think we're gonna address it.
Veteran. We need a veteran. I think we take a good look at dude out the Colts because he's a 3-time Pro Bowler.
Oh, yep, I did hear about that.
3-time Pro Bowler at the
I
center
heard
position.
about that. They actually was talking about that.
Yeah, you can't fuck that up.
I don't know if we're gonna get him or nothing.
No. Whether we put together what he wants, we got the assets to pull him, but we got to see if what's available because there might be what ends up happening is like you can undrafted free agents is another thing, and then people also we can snatch people from other teams too coming up. Don't forget about that because certain motherfuckers will get waived and we just pull them. Practice players, pull that.
Yeah.
So
okay.
But yeah, I really like Skoronski. He's actually viewed as a number 1 tackle right now. And he played left tackle. They're saying we need a right tackle. I think we could probably put Braxton Jones at right tackle and then put Skoronski at left. They do say Skoronski has short arms, so that could be a thing to where you can put him at right tackle, leave Braxton Jones, because like I say, he was rated by PFF the highest rated offensive lineman out of rookies last year. So I would say leave him maybe at left tackle, address the right tackle. Cody Whitehair isn't terrible. I think we could possibly address that. Like Hendo said, possibly more in free agency, go out there as safety. A center, that might, get let go or possibly go out there maybe for a 4th round pick or something like that if we got to give up, a little cash. But I think that's how we'll address that need. Or possibly, if we got to go with Cody Whitehair, we have to do what we have to do. But I think with as much as we're paying him, I don't know if that's going to happen. But I really like Skoronski. I think you can put him either at left or right tackle. At 2, I had Tyree Wilson out of Texas Tech. He reminds me a lot of Myles Garrett. He's one of those guys that's not a finished product, but when you look from a size standpoint, he's 6'6". I think he's 6'6", 278. Myles Garrett is 6'3", 6'4", 271, 272. So if you look at their measurables and you look at Tyree Wilson, I see him trending up where he's not a finished product, but he's a guy that you can see a lot like it's a lot like TJ Watt. TJ Watt wasn't a finished product, saying, coming, before he came from now you see what he's doing now. Tyree Wilson can be the same way because you see the physical ability. It's just being able to, put it all together. So if Chicago, could get him, I wouldn't be mad. I would love to see how he looks in 2 or 3 years. And then at number 1, I had Devin Witherspoon out of Illinois, cornerback. Played the number 1 cornerback. I think one thing that can definitely help Justin Fields is turnovers. That's one thing that can help. And I really love Witherspoon coming from Illinois. A lot of people like Christian Gonzalez. I like Gonzalez's size too, and he absolutely just blew it up at the combine. But one thing I love about Weatherspoon is his aggressiveness. You know, he's 6 foot. Gonzalez, I believe, is 6'2". So Weatherspoon almost, I'm not gonna call it a short man complex. 6 foot is not short, but when you're going up against 6'4", 6'5", you know what I'm saying, receivers all the time, you know, but he's so aggressive, you know, and I would love, he already wore the orange and blue, so I wouldn't be mad if Chicago, you know, take a good corner to put along Jalen Johnson on the other side, and you know what I'm saying, we kind of solidify that, because like turnovers is another big thing. You can always help the quarterback too, you know, having a good solid defense, so I wouldn't be mad, but I probably think, I'm looking at them probably going to go Skaronski with that 9th pick. But pivoting right to basketball, who do you guys pick for your Final Four teams? I know everybody's bracket is messed up.
Busted. That's the word.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all. I went with San Diego State because of Kawhi, and I also loved their former coach Steve Fisher. He used to coach the Michigan Wolverines.
5-5.
Kansas State and Texas. They're actually the highest rated team. They're actually the number 2 seed. I think they'll make it. But I think the winner is finally going to be Gonzaga. I really like Drew Timme. That Gonzaga team is veterans. I think it's finally their year. When you look at Gonzaga, it's so weird. They're in Spokane, Washington, and the first time I remember even hearing about Gonzaga was looking at a John Stockton card. And you know, back then, if you look at, I'm an old head, the NBA hoops card had the NBA stats, and then above it had the college stats. And when I looked at Gonzaga, I'm like, what the hell is Gonzaga? What? Like, what college is that? And then eventually you saw it as I got older, like it become a powerhouse now. And it's just, I think this is finally their year. There are no number ones there. Texas can definitely be a threat, but yeah, I think Gonzaga, man. I think they're gonna take it to this.
That's what I think.
Shit, I got San Diego beating Creighton. I got Texas beating Miami. I would
love to see Miami win it too.
See, it's tough between. I think Kansas State gonna get FAU and move on. This UConn Gonzaga, because the thing is, I can't just count out UConn, man. Them motherfuckers is tough, man. They just tough. So, with that being said, I think it's gonna be UConn year. I think UConn gonna take it this year. I think they're gonna.
I think whoever win that game is gonna win.
I think it's gonna come down. I think San Diego's gonna be the one to have to see them though, because I think they're gonna slide by Texas. I think they do, because they rolling hot right now. And the thing about it is, teams like this roll hot all the way until the final. To the championship. And that's where they lose their ass. And that's where I'm saying this is where UConn, if they can just stay steady and just keep doing what they doing, they'll be all right. And UConn can score, Will. They play great defense, but Gonzaga's going to be their biggest test right now. I think they can see anybody else after that. But I think it's going to be San Diego. They're going to have to see, but I think they slide by San Diego, because teams like this, like I say, it's too much of a Cinderella dream. It's the one that you make all the way until you get to that championship, then you lose by 3. UConn, 3-point at the end of the game. Bam. And that's how it is. That's how it's gonna be. That's how it's gonna be. So I'm rocking with UConn, man.
Yeah, that was weird not seeing UNC up there. Seeing Duke. Yeah, Duke.
Fucking Arizona.
Yeah, that's super
weird.
Shit. Talking about Duke, Zion, he'll be out 2 more weeks. Is this a bump in the road? Similar to kind of like what Embiid went through when he first came into the league, or would you guys say Zion is the next Grego? Just a few stats. Grego, in the 3 seasons he played 105 games. Zion has played 114 games in the first 3 seasons. Now he is a 2-time All-Star. How do you guys feel about Zion? Is this a bump in the road, or is this kind of a premonition of kind of like how his career is going to go?
I think one of those All-Stars.
One more thing, should the Pelicans possibly think about trade?
I think one of them All-Stars was a fluke. All right, I don't take nothing from nobody, but I think he was just a player that everybody liked from the year before and made it in type shit because he was so cold. And mind you, that I think the second All-Star, he didn't play that many games as well. All right, let's be honest. He only played like 30 games, and in the 30 games he did do, he had like triple doubles. No, I'm lying. He had like a double double. He had strong double doubles. I mean, like strong, like 28 and 15, a couple blocks. When he plays, he plays. But the whole thing is, when you gonna play? You young. You arguably in your prime. What injury do you have that's not that damn disclosed? This man has the Kawhi Leonard injury. We don't know what you injured. We don't know we don't know if you got a lingering hamstring from before when you played Toronto. We don't know what happened. We just don't know your injury or how severe it is. And I think the Pelicans, I think they have a situation on their hands. I think they've invested a lot of money into somebody who hasn't put a lot of investment into the flow. I think this will be his third year this year? His third year, so next year is going to be his, figuring out what's going to happen. I think after that, if Zion don't play next year and don't give at least 50 games next year, at least. Next year should be, if he doesn't give them, I think you move on from Zion. I think you move on. At this time, right now, you have a fully functioning team that can make the playoffs. They're just missing little key pieces here and there. They're missing Zion. Shit, what's with trading him and getting better pieces that can play right now that are not lessened? What stops you from grabbing a void chick off the Bulls and then grabbing somebody else and really competing with motherfuckers? Like they're so close to really being a competitive team out there because they're doing so much. I'm not gonna say that they got so little because they actually have a squad over there. But man, if they had a fully healthy Zion, they'd be going. But he can't do that for you. If he can't do that for you next year, you have to move on for you. It's a bust. It is a bust. And I hate to say it, we see this a lot. There's a lot of guys that come out number 1 overall, number 2 overall, that just don't produce and don't come out to be what they is. And I hate to be Greg Oden out there saying, but he the number 1, a guy who just couldn't stay healthy enough to produce. Great players, great college players, would have been great in the NBA, but just can't stay healthy, man. It's unfortunate.
It's not trending well. It's not trending well for Fab. You know what I'm saying? All the signs point to Greg Oden. I mean, I hate to say it like that, but that was just a question. But at the same point in time, it's like, first of all, his body type is the type where you either gonna be strong and be not going through these injuries, or you're gonna be breaking down because of the wear and tear on that body type. He's too big to be doing the stuff that he do, but I think you can work past that. So although he's trending negatively, you know what I'm saying, doing all the wrong things, like when I see this dude get bigger and bigger as he sit on the bench, that's letting me, and he a kid. Your metabolism should be high if you're doing any type of working out or whatever.
Good gumbo.
Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, he shouldn't be getting big like that. You trending negatively, you know what I'm saying, in the wrong direction, I say, because all the signs are pointing to you ain't really taking care of yourself the way you're supposed to be. You know what I'm saying? But if he choose to do that, with the NBA staff, the motherfuckers around him, with the people around him, the LeBron James type of information that you can get to keep your body okay, he could be a problem in this league. He may need to change his body shape a little bit more, slim down just a few pounds than his normal playing weight, but he'll still be powerful at that size. You know what I'm saying? He'll still be able to do, you know what I'm saying, what he want to do, a little bully ball and shit like that. So, you know what I'm saying, I feel like he can actually be what we all want him to be, or see him what he can be, possibly. But it's gonna take a lot of work, man. And only he know that answer. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't know, man. I love Zion.
You see his new tattoo?
No.
It says Mount Zion on his back. Yeah, it's kind of cold.
I say she actually cold. Yeah,
it's kind of cold.
Like I said, I love Zion, man. I wish him the best. I think you just really don't know. I really honestly don't know, because when you look at his body type, is it unique? Yes. Is it terribly unique? No, because Larry Johnson was built the same way. Another player,
Charles
Barkley, Barkley was smaller, but Barkley was another guy. Another guy that a lot of people, I think, forget about, that was built similar. Remember Jason Caffey?
Yeah.
Yeah, but none of these guys were Skywalkers.
That's true.
This man's really jumping and coming down. Like, He's
Yeah.
aggressive. Like
The jumping and the landing. They said the landing, but the jumping is messed up too.
He got
That's
like
how you throw a lot of shit out.
He got like a fat Sean Kemp body. That's what it's kind of like.
Big Sean.
Yeah, like Sean Kemp, just a big fat Sean, like a thicker
But
Sean Kemp.
he
Because they both
lost
can.
a lot.
I look
He
at them
lost
like
a lot of
similar
weight.
games.
But
They
see,
dunk.
Sean
they-
Kemp was thin though. That's why.
That's why I said that chunkier. Like I'm talking about height wise, and just put that frame.
It's more like
so
Larry
chunky.
Johnson, bro.
Man, I don't know. You see
but
Sean
like
Kemp
bigger than Larry
That is
though.
it.
He heavy.
Larry was 250 though.
Yeah, that nigga. No, he was
How
stocky.
heavy was
He was stocky.
Zion?
Zion, I want to say Zion, maybe like 260. He lost a lot of weight.
Because he looked chubby.
He
Like
lost.
He lost a lot though. He lost a lot.
LJ was always like cut though.
Yeah.
He was.
That's the difference.
He was chiseled.
When your stomach is
Grandma.
a 6-pack and shit, that's different.
Right.
And when you that heavy.
I mean, he
than
can get like
being
that when he goes
chubby.
to. He just
Dog
he
is chubby. Let's be honest.
he got the frame for it, but when he get
lost a
cut,
lot.
he get cut. You know what I'm saying?
He's
He
a
can. I've seen him.
Skywalker. He's
Yeah.
a chubby Skywalker.
But see, that's the whole
You
thing.
ain't
The type
seen
of
the
injuries
chubby
you talking about is the
Skywalker.
type of injuries that your legs are so strong, you pushing all that weight
I'm
off. So
trying to
unless
tell you.
unless he shed some of that weight and cut that shit,
You gotta
it's gonna
tone
be
all
really
that.
hard off the previous injuries that he doing without blowing an Achilles or something like that because of how explosive your game is.
You gotta
You
work
basically
with the
looking at a
bands
fat
and
ass
shit.
D Rose. You so explosive that you catching up on you. Like you know what I'm saying?
You gotta
Like
work with them bands and shit. All that shit for your joints and shit.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's type shit. You need to like really come up with a plan. You know what I'm saying? But I feel like if he do though, sky's the limit for the kid, man. He's gotta put the work in. It's a lot of work. But shit, that's what the NBA is.
Yeah. I
They
mean, shit,
busting
you got
their
to
ass.
check.
I heard
Reflect
some shit, the shit that Kaminga was doing last night with weight, man, this nigga's crazy. Even Kaminga, this dude don't even get enough playing time.
Facts.
But like, so all of these dudes are doing like crazy workouts. You know what I'm saying? Like even the motherfuckers who choosing to go to the club all the time. If you
Jimmy
just go to
Butler.
if you just go to practice, that's a workout.
Jimmy Butler won 4 miles after the basketball game. After the game.
Mm-hmm.
Jimmy Butler puts in the work. That's one thing, you know, other than like his mentality, I always gave it to Jimmy because he puts in the work. He puts in the work to cuss at motherfuckers. He puts the work to be like, look, motherfucker, either you gonna make the shot, you gonna get the fuck off the team. I don't give a fuck. I'll leave. Fuck you. Like that's why I give Jimmy. I always give Jimmy Butler that. That's why I give him that because that's that mentality you gotta have to be a winner. And I don't watch this man do some shit. So.
Talking about the NBA, well, pivoting really quick. College basketball, man. March Madness, you guys already know, man. I'm a big college basketball fan. Gotta rep March Madness. 3 most underrated college basketball players that no one talks about.
Me.
Whoever that is, lock that door.
N.O.G. Western Tech.
3 most underrated. Lock that door, folks.
Yeah.
The 3 most underrated college basketball players that no one talks about. Let's
boy, you already
Well,
know I got one.
So basically,
What's happening, folks?
what's going on, folks? What first? Like the team?
Gee.
You know, well,
Get like
trying to
you
do a little
was,
something.
having no problem getting
That boy fresh.
y'all did his hair like this.
Put the slide on them niggas what they did for your cousin.
But yeah. I feel like you want to be on camera. You good?
I'm good. I'm good.
Shit, let me kick this one off, man.
Yeah, I say you'll do one, I'll do one, then we'll just do it
So
like
the
that.
top 3 niggas that don't nobody
Yeah,
talk about
top
that
3
was
dogs.
dogs.
Yeah, give us one. Kick it off.
Matthew Dellavedova out of St. Mary. Everybody keep on talking about this dude. He was, mind you, he was undersized. He was underrated out the draft. But this man went and stuck Tenacious D. He never had a jump shot. We talk about a man who just was good at just doing what he had to do. All right? This man came off the bench. This man just did his thing, man. He a champion, bro. He got a ring. And that's all I'm going to say about it, man. He got a ring. But look like this. Hey. The thing about dude is, this is what I talk about. He's a perfect, like, Rudy. You remember Rudy? You remember the movie Rudy?
Yeah.
This is Rudy. Nobody talks about this guy. And dude was a stud. And I'm gonna talk about, like, he's one of those guys that they talk about coming out of college that nobody like, oh man. Like I said, undersized. Do you know how, like, a lot of people talk about Isaiah Thomas? You know, IT2. You know what I'm saying? Little man that played with the Celtics, Isaiah Thomas, right? And everybody was like, man, Matt, them niggas are the same height. This man is a champion. I've seen some better guys come out here, but I went back and looked at some of his old college, and dude was really tenacious. Like, he's one of those guys that's an irritable dude. And when you looked at him, you will never think nothing about him, but dude got some good D. And that's it. That's dog got some good defense. Dog got some good defense. And when you looked at some of the talent St. Mary had to go through and play, they actually had a decent team. And a lot of people just look him over, and dude was really a dog, man. It really takes a lot to get to the NBA and play with people and stuff, and dog really had a dog mentality. You can look all you want. Dog was not big on scoring, but defense is a category a lot of people don't get a lot of hard stats in. So you can sit here and play some of the good defense, but everybody will account for offense, because if you're not scoring buckets, but where's the defense? Defense wins championships, and like I said, my man got a ring. And when he had to play against some of the motherfuckers in the NBA, and he had to guard him, LeBron was like, look, you got to guard a person like him or a person like him. He stuck his job, and he got himself a ring. He wasn't getting his ass busted, and I've seen a lot of good motherfuckers that put up a lot of buckets get their ass busted. So I give him a shout out, bro. I give him Matthew Delvino out of St. Mary, bro. I mean, I can read off his numbers. He got numbers too.
I heard the name. I had to picture the face for a second. I know.
They said, dude he said his number one quote was coming out like, "Who was this annoying dude?" That's what I'm saying. That's how irritable he was on defense. Nobody will talk about that though. Motherfucker, look at some of what he does on defense.
That motherfucker, he was guarding the shit out.
They said he was a gnat. They literally said he was a gnat, bro.
That's what they called him.
I'm just okay.
You petty as hell, bro.
Hey, but I guarantee some of the motherfuckers you mentioned them might not got a ring. He got a ring. So,
hey man, I'm going Danny Manning, man. Danny Manning. That was murking them motherfuckers.
Nobody talks about Danny Manning.
Yeah.
Number 1 draft pick.
He was fucking.
Could you imagine him today?
But he went to the Clippers.
Yeah, he went to the Clippers, but still 6'10", bro.
Yeah.
As skilled as he was, he was a two-way player.
Yeah.
He get a ring?
Oh my God, Danny Manning, bro.
He get a ring?
No, but a far better college player than fucking Matthew Dellavedova. And
no
one player nobody talks about. Quentin Richardson out of DePaul. A lot of people forget.
I'm surprised nobody talks about him, man. We used to talk about dog a lot. That's crazy.
But not like nobody talks about him in college. People forget how good he was.
That's what we was talking about. Dog was a star in college.
Yeah. Averaged 17.9 points, 10.2 rebounds, 1.6 assists. Was one-time Conference USA Player of the Year and also Conference USA Rookie of the Year. Quentin Richardson was an absolute dog. People forget he actually completely changed his game once he came to the NBA. He became a three-point shooter. Yeah, but in college, they would put him at the 4, and he would just work you at 6'6", man.
Bust his ass for 10.
For sure. Second player, Hendo, college player, no one talks about.
Jimmy Fredette, BYU.
Okay.
This man was a dog from the 3-line.
Shooter.
He was a dog from the 3-line. One of arguably, like I said, one of the better shooters coming out of BYU that I've ever seen.
The best, probably.
I don't know all that, man. But
who else?
I mean, I ain't finna go on BYU history.
Exactly.
I mean, goddamn, but
Sean Bradley.
Right, like I'm gonna come on there. Kevin McKinley.
Shooter.
Now, I was saying, but like dog was a stud, man. He put up, in a single, he has the record for 975 points in a single season. My God, they play like 20-some games. Dog, you play like 30-some games, maybe like
he
nice,
was
bro.
literally just busting somebody's ass.
Bro, he was busting everybody's ass, not just somebody.
Last week, bro.
Oh,
yeah.
yeah.
I don't know who the fuck he was playing, but I just
overseas.
he was fucking somebody else.
Because he ended up going to like Japan or somewhere like that.
Yeah, but nobody really talk about dude no more.
Yeah, Jimmy was nice.
Oh man, I'm going with the old
Second
school DePaul nigga too. Then man, I'm going
Mark. Already knew it. West side.
Don't nobody talk about stuff no more.
Yeah, Mark McGuire. That's crazy. That's a good one. I was actually thinking about taking Mark McGuire too. Another player no one talks about. the L Train, excuse me, Lionel Simmons out of LaSalle. People forget how good he was.
He was in the league for a minute too.
Yeah, he went to the Kings. Averaged 24.6 points, 10.9 rebounds, 2.7 assists. Was 3-time Conference Player of the Year, 1-time National Player of the Year. Lionel Simmons. People forget how good he was out of LaSalle. They're stupid numbers. Last player, Hendo. Top 3 college basketball players no one talks about.
Kenneth Fareed of Morehead State. People forget how aggressive this man was on the boards, man. And he's not arguably really that damn tall. I'm just gonna put it out there. The dog is aggressive. He played like he's 7'4". And a lot of people really underplay his style of ball. But I think in the NBA, you know, there's a lot of them. Plus, you run a guy who's a little bit taller, who's a little bit better than you. But
he was a crazy rim runner.
Man, that's what I'm saying.
That
Like,
motherfucker throwing that motherfucker alive.
man, and not only that, blocks and boards and everything. Once you missed the shot, you knew he had it. Start running the other way.
Yeah.
But nobody talks about how dominant he was. You know, there's a dominance from them rim runners like that. You know what I'm saying? Couldn't nobody stop him. Like I said, arguably he's not that tall. He just had the frame for it, and he just could power his way through shit. You know, dude was cold. And shout out to Morehead State though.
I like that. Shout out Morehead State. Last player.
Jerry Stackhouse, man.
Really?
Yeah.
I thought we talked about him though.
Yeah.
That's interesting.
I don't know if motherfuckers remember Jerry Stackhouse.
Nigga, you have to, man. Come on, man.
I don't know.
Stack?
Yeah.
Come
Going
on,
underneath
man.
the rim?
Talk to the camera when you say
With the
that.
feelers?
Yeah,
Talk to
with
the camera when you say that. I
We the
asked
old
Stackhouse
heads.
this.
That's why we talking to him.
Yeah.
If I had the
The
shoes,
young
I know
guys.
who you is.
I
I don't
like
think
that.
the young dudes know shit about Jerry Stackhouse.
Go read a book. No.
Them motherfuckers still learn
Well,
about Michael
tell 'em.
Jordan. They had to learn they had to watch The Last Dance to learn about Michael Jordan. They don't know shit about no Jerry
We
Stackhouse.
told Buddy he did a Dr. J move. He said who?
See.
Oh, wow.
Dead ass. So you think I'm playing?
Who was better? Vince Carter? Is it fair to say if we got young viewers out there, is it fair to say Vince Carter was just as good as Jerry Stackhouse in college, or Jerry Stackhouse was just as good as Vince Carter in college?
Well,
Ain't
Vince
no way.
came after
Yeah,
Jerry anyway.
right. But is that fair to say, just
Nah, hell
so
no.
people can understand
Nah.
how good
Oh,
Better.
yeah. Ooh,
Jerry Stackhouse
Better.
was?
Jerry had an arsenal, dog.
I was about to say
he had just
Stack
an
was
arsenal.
actually a better all-around
He was
scorer.
a better. See, the thing about
than
Vince is
motherfucking
Vince had
Vince.
bunnies, bro. That motherfucker can jump out the gym.
Jerry did too now.
No, he did. I'm comparing them, but like I think Vince was the better dunker. But when it comes to him, Dog had bunnies just like Vince, so he could take off on anybody. He just
Yeah,
wasn't
he
as
was dunking
aggressive
the shit
around the
out of
rim
motherfuckers.
as like Vince.
That
Vince
dude
was
had
aggressive.
the jump
You
shot.
heard his like, but
Yeah, all the
dog had
mid-range.
the.
Stack was a problem.
Yeah, he was an issue,
His only problem was he tried to compare himself to Michael Jordan.
and that was his issue.
That's the only thing.
That was the
you
only
should've
issue.
did.
Yeah.
You played two guard from
But
North
when you
Carolina.
when you come out of college and they call you Baby Mike and Little Mike and shit like
Yeah.
that, of course you gonna get geeked up like that.
Pop-
Of course it's
I
gonna
ain't
blow
even
your
hear
head.
nobody else
Pops
say it. I
was
heard
mad
him
about
say
that
it.
shit.
No, they did. They were
Pops was mad
Sports
about
Illustrated.
that.
They was like, man, who do you think's coming up? He's the next Michael Jordan. They was doing them comparisons. He the next Michael Jordan. They was doing it. I didn't say it.
Oh, wow.
I was like,
I
man,
heard
I don't
it was
see
the,
it, but he
Harold
do got.
Miner.
He is nice.
Oh.
They did at the Harold Miner.
That shit to Harold Miner,
We ain't
too.
heard shit about that motherfucker.
Who?
That
No,
dunk
just
contest still,
Pop shut that shit down. That's why that nigga went to Fila.
You
That's why he
stupid
went
as
to
shit.
Fila.
He said that's why he went to Fila.
Yeah, Jerry Stackhouse.
Yeah.
That's why he went to Pop shit down.
Yeah. Back.
Him and Mom was arguing about that shit. She was like, that ain't right. You North Carolina. Yeah, that shit was crazy.
Family ties, y'all.
Yeah, family ties. Final player, man. No one talks about. I'm a big Michigan fan. I had to go with Lewis Bullock out of
Damn.
Michigan.
Mm.
No one talks about
For good reason.
phenomenal.
probably, right?
No, he's
Ah!
a phenomenal score.
I ain't never heard of it.
Phenomenal
Don't tell
score.
But hey, but I
I heard it, nigga. That's all you heard.
Hey, but I get the moan and groans for Delvin Nolan. He actually played defense.
I feel like that over though, man. He won a championship, right? No,
Everybody else you mentioned ain't got a ring. He the only one out the mention got a ring.
Not in,
The
not
only
in,
one.
Not in college.
You're right.
No, he ain't doing college.
It is funny. It is funny.
So he was cold in college too. He just a team was
Who you
shitty.
get a ring with?
The Cleveland Cavaliers.
Oh, okay. So LeBron got a ring.
But he had to guard people in front with LeBron. He in the front. He wasn't guarding no punks. He was out there guarding real championship
Lewis-
stuff.
nigga.
Lewis Bullock, 16.5 points, 3.2
working?
rebounds, 2.3 assists. A lot of people forget he's 7th all time in scoring in Big Ten history. Lewis Bullock is the player I picked. I love Lewis Bullock. No one talks about
This
him.
nigga gave my girl the motherfucking sucker. Fucked her whole night up.
Oh, see?
Yeah, guns.
Yeah, that shit work. I meant to say that.
You say that, bitch. You say that.
Making me ride car nuts.
Hell. He said I meant to say that.
Man.
All right, man. Moving right along.
Excuse
The 5 best college basketball duos of all time.
Oh, fuck.
Same process. You name one, I name one, and we keep on going. Gonna kick it off, Hendo?
Aaron Craft and Jared Sullinger, Ohio State, 2010, 2011.
Is y'all talking about college?
Yeah.
College.
Oh.
It's March Madness, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, college.
Fucking studs.
What was the
What about
question?
Larry?
Huh?
What was the question?
5
Brian?
best duos in
Top
college.
5 college basketball duos
What'd
of
you
all
say?
time.
Aaron Craft and Jared Sullinger, Ohio State.
Who the fuck is Kraft?
In college.
College.
Come
Ohio
on,
State.
man. You gotta do your homework, blood. I can't be doing all this for you now, man. I
I
can't
don't
do the
know
work.
who
I'm
either
telling
one
you.
of
I'm
these
telling
is.
you.
I know something.
I'm telling you, niggas was putting up numbers, niggas as a duo. I'm trying to tell
You know
you.
what? Okay.
What's
I
up?
never heard of them niggas.
Who you got? I guess it's my turn. At number 5, I had only because they didn't win a natty, but they did go back-to-back championship games as freshmen and sophomores. Chris Webber and Jalen Rose. Chris Webber 17.4 points, 10 rebounds. Jalen Rose 17.5 points, 4.7 rebounds, 3.9 assists. One of the better all-around point guards no one talks about. And he was a lefty. Great draft suits who actually wanted one. It was red pinstripes.
LJ and Plastic Man. Stacey Allman, Larry Johnson, UNLV. Fucking right up. Fucking right up.
That's hard. That's
2
hard.
years in a row, they should have lost to Duke.
No, they shouldn't have. I actually just watched that game earlier today. Hendo.
DeMarcus Cousins and John Wall, Kentucky, 2009, 2010.
That's-
Dogs. Dogs. Didn't see them niggas for a second.
I'm trying to see who hit that game.
That's
Winner,
tough.
one hit a game, winner, and
That's
win
tough.
a tournament.
People
Appreciate
forget.
the Wall.
People forget
Appreciate the
how.
Wall.
It could
People
have been.
forget how good that team was.
Oh, that was a nasty team.
That was a nasty.
That was a nasty team.
They was so nasty. They had Devin Booker come
Off the
bench.
bench.
He
Off
averaged
the
10
bench.
points for that team.
Yeah.
That was crazy.
Off the bench.
At
Man.
At number 4, I had to go with the Florida boys, man. Back-to-back natties. Joakim Noah and Corey Brewer. Noah 10.5 points, 6.4 rebounds, 1.7 assists, 1.7 blocks. Come tournament time, he just put on a fucking performance. He was throwing everybody shit come tournament time. And then Corey Brewer, I thought he would have a much better. I thought he'd be a much better pro, but it was a really solid college player. 11.3 points, 4.3 rebounds, 2.8 assists, and 1.6 steals. Was a phenomenal perimeter defender for that Florida team. So it's number 4.
I feel like y'all almost missing the mark here. Leitner and Hurley. Leitner is like the best college basketball player ever.
He definitely up there. He up there.
Well, no, that's what they say as far as his career.
He up there, you know.
As far
what I'm
as
saying?
his college
Yeah,
career.
it's a little gray
I can't
area.
remember what all he
passed
won
that
and
grade.
shit. And
He's not better than
just his
Danny to me.
stats. Huh?
He's not better than Danny.
No, I'm talking about not being a
I
better
know what you
player,
mean.
but like
Yeah,
just talking
yeah,
about
yeah.
as far as his college
I
career.
know what you mean, yeah,
as
yeah.
far as winning,
Yeah.
Christian Leitner was winning that whole damn time. They was
Oh,
fucking
yeah.
him
He
up.
was a winner. He was a winner.
Oh, yeah.
I will tell you
Oh,
that.
yeah. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it was fucking them up.
I
But
love
he was a
that.
good team though.
I hated them
that.
niggas. But yeah.
Oh, I loved him. Bobby
I
Hurley,
understand.
Bobby Hurley, and
I did not appreciate them for the way I should have, because they kept going against motherfuckers we were fucking with, UNLV, and then it was the time of the Fab Five.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like between them two teams, fuck dude. That's just the way it
No,
was.
I liked all of
They
them. I
can't
ain't
beat
gonna
our
cap.
teams.
I liked all of
So
them.
they can't be on the top.
They
Yeah, I
can't
fuck
beat
with all
our
of them.
teams. Those are our teams. UNLV and Fab Five
You
were
heard
our
what-
teams.
You heard what dog said.
I said
Number,
that shit.
number 3, Hendo. Who you got, man? Top 5 college duos all time.
Everything.
Man, I'm trying to tell you. Michael Beasley and Bill Walker, Kansas State, 07-08. They was putting up crazy numbers. And motherfuckers forget how cold Beasley was coming out of college.
Yeah.
How cold he was.
Yeah.
Do understand? People was comparing him to LeBron James at
Chicago was gonna take him over.
at one point in time. Not saying his career panned out like that, but that's what he was being compared to. So that's how dominant he was.
Mario Chalmers said he was beating LeBron James
He was.
on one in practice the whole
He
time.
was, but what that mean? Not the damn thing. That was
Yeah.
cool.
Cousins,
That's a good story.
But he cold though.
That's a good
That's
story.
the point.
But yeah, he was good. He was cold, man.
He actually nice.
He was phenomenal in
That's
college.
what I'm saying. Like, oh, you beat him
Probably
right. You got a
fucking
ring.
somebody up
Yeah.
right now.
That's what I'm saying.
I'm not gonna go down that route.
What's that, a White Claw?
Yeah.
Number 3, I had Hank Gathers and Bo Kimball out of that Loyola Marymount. I can't remember what they called that, but they averaged a record 122.4 points a game.
Yeah.
Hank Gathers averaged 23.3 points, 9.6 rebounds, 1.4 assists. In his best season, he averaged 32.7 points and 13.7 rebounds. Number 2, Bo Kimball, 22.6 points, 4.9 rebounds, 1.7 assists. His best season, he averaged 2.9 steals and 35.3 points per game. That was a fun team to watch. If you guys have never seen them play, go to YouTube, look at Hank Gathers, Bo Kimball, Loyola Marymount. They're shooting the ball. You think Phoenix shot the ball fast?
Man.
5 seconds. They are letting that thing ride. It's crazy. But Hank Gathers actually probably would have been a phenomenal NBA player. He ended up passing away on the court. Bo Kimball didn't have the career a lot of people thought he would have. Went to the Clippers, but yeah.
Why everybody go to the Clippers just don't make it? Like, yeah, you got drafted to the Clippers, and shit was downhill.
That team they had with Quentin Richardson and Darius Miles.
Man, got a good teams, man.
Yeah.
A bunch.
There was a
Griffin,
they
Paul.
had some fun teams.
Come on, man. They had a fistful of talent over there, man. They just couldn't do it, man. Come on.
Them niggas
Talk about
wasn't
it. Yeah,
winning shit.
Lamar Odom
They
in
said they
the
wanted
front.
to win shit.
Mm-mm.
Number 3, college duo.
Since you over there still a motherfuckers, you done stole my Chris
Oh,
Rock.
come on,
You
no.
stole my Chris Rock. You coming up with more motherfuckers stuff.
Let's go, let's
Be
go.
straight.
Okay, let me see what you got.
Because you stole my Bo Kimball and my Hank guy.
Ah,
Stole them. But I'm gonna go ahead and go Hakeem and Clyde the Glide, man.
Fuck.
Hakeem and Clyde the Glide, right? I hope I stole somebody
You
off
can't
your
deny
list.
it.
It's
Hey.
amazing.
Hey,
Oh, it is.
I'm a gem.
yeah, you can't go wrong with that.
Man.
Number 2, Hendo, college basketball duo.
Mike Conley and Greg Oden, Ohio State, 06-07.
Mm.
Don't forget how high these guys' picks was because of how good they was doing in Ohio State. They was actually fucking motherfuckers up. Don't forget, Greg Oden was a #1 overall draft pick because of how he was. His game was, I should say, up and up because of his size. He could do a lot of shit. Greg Oden was really talented, especially for his size. Fortunately, injuries took away a good professional career, but college, well, he was something to fuck with, man. I know this. If I know I had to play them, I'd be like, damn, who guard this big
They went to
motherfucker?
a national championship game.
Yep.
Freshman.
I think they lost.
Yeah, they lost.
They lost, but man, it was a good game to watch, though, man. Because Greg was a baller, and then Conley just a great floor leader. He know how to run a team. It shows in the NBA. He's a good IQ.
Come with the genes though. His dad was an Olympic athlete. You can actually go look at YouTube, and his dad jumped from the free throw line. His dad was the triple jump, long jump. It was a long
that's
jump.
right,
His
yeah,
dad
I
was a
forgot.
long jump.
I don't know what it was.
But yeah, they was really good in college. That was a really good team they had. It was only for 1 year, but a lot of people don't understand to be a freshman
Right.
and make it to the net. And it's not like they got waxed in the national championship.
And I feel
game.
like if they would have ran it back, they would have took it. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying? I feel like if they would have ran it back instead of being but they were so highly desired after that, shit, they had to go their separate ways, and I get it.
Greg Oden is one of the few, probably the only big man I ever seen, especially in high school. He would not jump unless he was getting a block.
Yeah, that's
like,
good.
Like crazy. Like his timing was like he was not jumping unless he was blocking a shot. But yeah, that's a great pick, man. At number 2 all time, I had to go with and I only picked players that I kind of saw. I didn't go like the UCLA because I definitely could have went there. But
I ain't doing it.
I went with Hakeem and Clyde. Hakeem 13.3 points, 10.7 rebounds. What really separated him was the defense, 4.5 blocks per game. Clyde Drexler, if you please go watch his college, 14.4 points, 9.9 rebounds as a 6'6", 6'7" forward guard, 3.2 assists, and 2.8 steals, 0.9 blocks per game. Clyde was actually the better player in college if you go look at those Houston teams. But they did go to back-to-back national championships. Didn't win either one. But yeah, Hakeem and Clyde, they were special in college, man. Number 2, B.I.
Carmelo Anthony and whoever the fuck we was playing with on this.
You're fucking.
No, I'm just playing.
Wow.
McNamara, man.
Wow. Greg McNamara. I was going to say Greg McNamara.
Dog, you're fucking funny as
Greg
shit for that one. He
McNamara.
said
One
whoever
forward
the
that
fuck
looked
dog
like
was
whoever
playing
the
with.
fuck he was playing
Yeah.
with. Because he took the motherfuckers to the championship in 1 year and hit it like, man, I'm going to come fuck with you niggas for 1 second.
Yeah.
We going to win it all,
Yeah.
but I got business. You know what I'm saying? Straight up.
bigger than
People
y'all.
did that shit for real. And the one they look like Flex and shit, they had was another day on the team.
You should fucking
He was a
idiot. He said
forward.
like flex.
Hakeem-
He was a fool.
Hakeem
Was it?
Ward.
Ward, yeah.
Hakeem Ward.
Yeah,
He was
flex
nice.
looking ass nigga.
He was nice.
Yeah,
he
was
said
in
he
the
looked
league,
like
too.
Flex.
Somebody like Flex.
And
Straight up.
Hakeem Ward was nice. High flyer, too.
Yeah. He was dunking on
He was
motherfuckers.
nice. He was yamming all over the motherfucker. Number 1, college duo all time, Hendo.
Oh man, the number 1 gonna get it. Anthony Davis and Michael Kidd Gilchrist. Back said Gilchrist.
Michael Gilchrist.
Yep.
Yes, sir.
In Kentucky, 2011,
The
2012.
ugliest shot you've ever seen in
The
your entire
ugliest.
life.
The ugliest. But the thing about it is, you can win with an ugly jump shot, and that's the truth. And out there, his athletic ability and his IQ, other than his shot, was amazing. And then he had Anthony Davis coming around there, and Anthony Davis was a physical specimen at this time. We're talking about a big man who can just do whatever on the floor. He had handles that were decent. Not saying that you needed, but decent enough handles to attack the rim, could finish at the rim, and could shoot well, and could shoot 3-pointers consistently and spread it. He was a dog. And in that team, that was a very nice team.
I see him block a 3-point shot during that tournament run.
Yeah.
He blocked a 3-point shot. He was nowhere near the shooter.
Yeah.
That motherfucker somehow
Yeah, I remember.
blocked
I
that
know
ball.
what you're talking about. It was in the corner, too, wasn't it?
It was left. It was the right wing. The shoe was on the right wing. Anthony motherfucker
I
flew out
remember
there.
that.
Was nowhere near
It
the
felt like
shooter.
his arm just
He
kept
just
extending.
jumped up and just got that motherfucker.
Felt like his
out.
arm-
Man,
I felt like that was a nasty duo, though.
Yeah, that
they
was
really
fun.
complement each other as well. Enough to where they both got, drafted pretty high up. I mean, Anthony Davis, I think, went number 1
They
overall.
went number 1.
I can't remember what Gilchrist went, but he went pretty
I want
fucking
to say
high.
1, 2.
I know he went pretty high.
2 to the Bobcats.
Yeah, something
And
like
never-
that.
he
Yeah,
never
he
banned
went
out.
high as shit.
He's
bro.
never panned out. Never
I
panned
mean, he
out.
went to the Bobcats too. I mean, that fucking matters. You know what I'm saying?
No, absolutely.
But
Absolutely. Number 1 overall, you already stole it. I had to go Larry Johnson and Stacey Ogden. LJ, 21.6 points, 11.2 rebounds, 1.9 steals, 1 block. They won a natty. Plastic Man, 6.9 rebounds, 3 assists, 14 points. 13.9, close enough. Yeah, the greatest college duo that I personally got a chance to watch on the regular. Larry Johnson, Stacey Ogden.
alright, this ain't no ranking for me. I'm just throwing motherfuckers out there, especially since you stole 2 of my motherfucking picks.
Hey, you stole 2 of mine.
Hey man, but
It's
I'm
all
going.
You said it's all fair.
It sure is. I got 2 more. Straight up. I just gave you Carmelo Anthony. And now I'm giving you Shaq and Chris Jackson.
Yeah.
Because Mahmoud, Abdul Rahul. Man, both of them motherfuckers was cold as hell.
That's
Both of
nice.
them was cold as a
That's a
bitch.
fact.
They ain't win no
That's
tournament and no shit. Them
was cold.
motherfuckers was cold as
That
hell.
was tough.
Somebody guard them.
That was that first year they had was Vernell Single on the team. They had Vernell Singleton, they had Stanley Roberts,
Stanley Roberts.
they had
was
Shaq,
better
and
than
they had Chris, He was Chris Jackson then.
Yeah, Chris
Mahmoud
Jackson.
Abdul-Rauf was his name now.
Yeah.
But talking about 2 cold motherfuckers, arguably my 2 favorite college basketball players of all time, man. Who do you think was the better college player, Larry Johnson or Glenn Robinson? Break down some stats. Larry Johnson, 21.6 points, 11.2 rebounds, 2.5 assists, 1.9 steals, 1.2 blocks. Both of these guys played 2 seasons. Glenn Robinson, 27.5 points per game, 9.7 rebounds, 1.9 blocks, 1.8 steals, and 1 block per game. Who do you think was the better college player? Who wants to kick that off? Both of these guys want number one. Both of them played 2 seasons.
Big dog. Glenn, man. Glenn had a bigger bag, man. That's just all it was, man. I think the way he attacked offensively was a little bit more. He had a little bit more arsenal, put it like that. I felt like I love Larry game, but he was kind of like, I'm not gonna say it in a bad way, not a one trick, but he was more of a dunker. Where I felt like Glenn Robinson was a shooter, dog, and he could shoot and come in, and that shooting, I'm gonna tell you, that shooting shoes, especially in college, because they really guard up tight. So for you to be a good shooter like that in college, that means something to me, man. It means something. So I think I go Glenn Robinson, man, but it's by a small edge, by a very small edge, very, very small.
Funny with the word here. So the question said, who had a better college career, or who's just the better player?
Who was the better player?
Who's a better college player?
Better player. I'm going with LJ. You know what I'm saying? For the bully ball. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I just feel like at that time he was just more unstoppable. Glenn, with all that versatility, can be contained to the tune of no ring or no championship. And you can't say about LJ. What he was doing was effective enough to the tune of a championship, playing bully ball and just being a man amongst boys. That's what everybody say about him. He already had his man body playing against these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? So like he was just doing them dirty. I'm going with Fam.
That's interesting. LJ's probably, a lot of people don't know, what some people, LJ's probably my top 3 favorite players of all time.
Yeah, he was definitely my favorite player back then. I
fuck with Grandma.
I had the sneakers, like
The nigga was alright.
Larry Johnson.
I had the official shorts.
Yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
I ain't gonna lie. I liked everything about that Hornets team. I like that.
Actually, I got a signed jersey. Right?
I like the emblem at the time. I like Bugsy. Everybody. I felt like everybody on the team had a goal too.
Johnny Newman.
I felt, you know what I'm saying. I liked
Dale
everything
Curry.
about it.
Dale
The
Curry
jerseys was
on that
hot.
team.
I mean, at that time,
The starter coat was
on my soul,
busted.
everything about him. The emblem was. They got rid of that emblem. Really, it ain't the same emblem. You know what I'm saying? But when their first emblem came out, was the coldest. I feel that about a lot, man. They had some nice shit, man.
They did.
And I fucked with them. Like I said, I had liked everything about that squad. The Hornets, when they first came out, that was a nice squad to me. That was a nice squad to me. But that was them.
I think on the surface, when you look at it, it's a wash when it comes to both players. When you take into account, I think when you look at what the one does, how can I explain it? What one player does better, the other player can do something better, which I feel like cancel out. You talk about LJ and the way he could rebound. He was absolutely a better rebounder, but I feel like Glenn Robinson had a more refined offensive repertoire, especially if you want to talk about his mid-range, and take that into account. And then also, neither were great defenders. Both were good help defenders. So if you had to look at the help, I feel like the way I had to look at it was, Larry had so much more help. He had a Hall of Fame coach. On top of that, he was playing with Stacey Augman. He was playing with Anderson Hunt. He was playing with Greg Anthony. And then a lot of people forget, God rest his soul, Elmore Spencer. No, that was Felton Spencer that passed away, but Elmore Spencer, who played in the NBA as well, who was a 7-footer. So you had to look at playing with that many players. That took a lot of pressure off of Larry Johnson. When you look at Glenn Robinson, he pretty much played through with the 2 seasons he played. He only had 2 consistent guys that scored over double digits. That was Conzo Martin, and the other guy was Matt Waddell. I don't know if you remember him.
Absolutely not.
That's
why the motherfuckers was letting that nigga shoot. That's why he averaged that many points. He was playing with Waddell.
And that's the thing.
You said Waddell.
But when you look at his first season, they were a one and done. But now when you look at what they did that second season with those same players, they won their first 3 games. That one game against Kansas, Glenn had 44-7 in the tournament. The first 2 games before that, he put up 30 and 11. he only lost that Purdue team. I feel like only lost because they had to go up against that Duke team against him and Grant Hill. And he still put up 13 and 13 on that Duke team. So I think, in my opinion, I had to take that into account. As much as I love Larry Johnson, he had so much more help when you look at what Glenn Robinson had and what he had to work with. And then also I took into account a lot of people not looking at Larry Johnson playing in the Big West.
Yeah.
That's not nowhere near as powerful as when you playing in the Big Ten. And he was playing in the golden age of the Big Ten. You got to deal with Howard Chaney every night. You got to deal with Sean Westbrook. I remember even watching Northwestern. They had a guy by the name of Geno Carlisle. He ended up transferring to California, who was a stud two guard. You remember Geno Carlisle? Google. He was actually nice. Geno Carlisle. He started his career out in Northwestern. They also had even Penn State. They had John Amici, who was really good, who was actually the first gay player to come out in the NBA. Yeah, John Amici played for Penn State, the Lions. No. Della wouldn't have got one out there for my cousin.
Hey, we don't know that though. We don't know that.
LeBron. Y'all know
LeBron. So somehow LeBron is related to Mike.
It's funny you say that because then he almost got one with the Bucks then too. Remember that too. Dellavedova.
Man, I don't care for Dellavedova.
Just so you don't care don't mean you want to just defend. That's all. That's all I'm saying. Respect the man D.
No.
You can't see, but like everybody talking about like Gary Payton because he has two way of it. If Gary Payton was such a good motherfucking scorer.
I'm
I'm not comparing. I'm just saying.
Ever, bro. Not even.
I'm not comparing them, but man.
It's definitely that time. Please tell these people what time it is.
Go ahead and trade yourself, man. Go ahead. So you gotta get the fuck on up out of here.
It is time to trade your motherfucking self. Henderson, French Loaf. Who needs to trade themselves this week?
Ja Morant daddy.
Oh,
God be sweet, man. Dude came out there. He came to the game and had a sweater that had his son walking over to Shannon Sharp. Just a sweater over him walking over, and at the bottom it said redemption.
That was hard.
Bro, what the fuck?
I thought it was hard.
Shannon Sharp would have beat
The whole thing is like, what is their redemption for? What is their redemption for? A, the niggas ain't won shit. All right? The niggas ain't won shit. It'd been different. Right. It'd been different if the motherfuckers had won the championship and he came back with this sweater and talked about some redemption. Y'all niggas ain't won shit yet. No. And you geeking up the wrong shit. Boy, your man just got back from rehab. Boy, you need to be taking care of the motherfucking pot. That's what you need to be doing. You need to take care of the house goat because he out here running wild. You need to get him back in the goddamn barn because he out here tweaking. He letting the golden goose fly off. Fuck it up. I'm just saying, man. You doing the wrong shit. You worry about the wrong shit. Instead of redemption, you need to worry about where the fuck he at. Instead, make sure he ain't in the strip club. It's 3:30, man. He needs to be doing his jump shots or playing Nintendo. That's what he need to be doing. Either one. I'm just saying. I get it. But man, if your dad gonna come to every game, he obviously a big influence in your life. And clearly, this man out here making grown man fuck up decisions because he's still doing little kid shit at heart or in the head and getting caught for it. That's all I'm saying. Because ain't no way in hell I had to sit here and go spend all this money at the strip club when I have a big ass fucking mansion and I can have all y'all come to my motherfucking place where my cameras go to me.
Oh, real.
But I get caught on the strip club surveillance with all ass in my face for no shit with 100 bands on the ground like this, nigga. Ain't nothing wrong with it. I get it.
The gun that
and I get it.
That's the fucked up.
Go to your house and do that though.
Right.
Go to your house and do that. You a multi-millionaire. Go to your crib with that. That's young shit. That's the difference. Old niggas, LeBron. Do you see LeBron in the club doing shit like that? No, because he be at the house. He be on a fucking yacht with D-Wade, secluded in the area where can't nobody do it. And all the little freaky shit they do, stay on the yacht.
Yeah, Gabrielle ain't letting no freaky shit go on. So them niggas,
the hell is she ain't? She the queen of the freaky shit. They over there running little boy and little kid brothels. You heard about that shit? You heard about that? Allegedly. I'm just saying. This is what's being said about this shit. I'm just saying. But with that being said, Ja Morant daddy, you gotta be more. If you gonna be at this man every game like this, be better influence, man. Trade yourself, man. You can't be out with kicking your shot because you ain't. What you doing? Is you gonna holler at Shannon Sharp? No, because Shannon Sharp will fold your ass. Keep it respectful, man. At this time, you a fan too. All right, you a fan too. Act like a fan. Stop being so involved in some shit and getting your name in the shit. And what you doing to help? It seems like he pouring more salt than helping. when your dad doing the same shit you doing?
I got you. Ain't mad at you.
He just trying to be famous off his son.
And that's what I'm saying. Just be a dad. Like I
Right,
get
no,
what
I
you doing.
get
You
you.
got
Yeah,
money.
yeah,
Protect the pot though. Protect my man. He out here fucking up. Like, look, son, I get you doing, man. Bring these hoes to the house. Do give him some fatherly advice. That's all I'm saying. Ain't nothing wrong with what he did. But I'm saying you a whole investment at this point. You a multi-million dude. If you get fucked up in a situation, you gotta do it. It affects your money and affects your family, affects your fans. Now the same kids that you give out, when you give out all these shoes to all these kids with special needs, and you buying all these houses for these families, and you doing all that shit gets overshadowed. And your dad's sitting in here and watching this shit. Y'all helping the community, help the community. Be somebody you look up to. Don't be that person. You know what I'm saying? I know they caught you down bad, but come on. You an icon out here. You know what I'm saying? Whether you want to be that or not, you is. Little kids look up to you. You got to do better. And right now, your dad ain't doing a good job of like helping you realize that right now. I feel like because there's a bigger perspective. I know you got to get yours. You're a young man too. But come on, man. I know we make mistakes, and I'm not saying he didn't. He did everything. He does everything he had to do to get right. But I feel like your dad. You're like, man, come on, hey, come on, man. Like, come on, hey, come on. You know what we got to do. Come on.
Dropping the ball, huh?
That's all. Portray yourself, dog. You wearing that conflicting ass sweater and shit. It seems like you part of the problem right now. That's all.
Yeah, that show was stupid.
Let me trade this up.
6ix9ine.
I was just gonna say
That nigga 6ix9ine, you go ahead and trade this on, mother.
No, you need to trade for on.
Daniel?
that. Yeah, he need to trade his security.
Daniel?
That's his name.
Yeah, Daniel.
He need to trade his security because nigga he got stomped out in that bathroom.
My soul, where was he said, and you know what they're saying right now, right? They said they trying to hit those dudes up and said that his security guard, Bad Bam, was gonna shoot the fade for them for 20 grand. And he wants to shoot the grand, they'll throw up 20 grand. But then they was like, well, if we come here, you leaving. Type shit. They was like, probably not, nigga.
Nigga, you want to shoot the shit? You want to shoot the fade now?
No, he don't want to shoot the fade. He want his bodyguard.
Right,
to
that's
shoot
what
the
I'm
fade.
saying. You want to shoot the fade now, nigga? Why you ain't shoot the fade while they was shooting the fade on his ass?
They was beating that. They was dog walking, buddy. Man.
I
That's
thought
what he was saying. That's what he was saying when they hit his ass.
That man said you going to hell.
That's what he's saying. They was
That
smacking
nigga
the shit out of
Dontario said he said they beat that nigga in the Judgment Day. Hey, no, that nigga had me crying with that shit, bro. He said, y'all going to
but
hell.
hey, listen. If you do the type of shit you do, regardless of the situation, how the outcome is, and then you sit here and you bragging, and then you brag on the internet about how you a rat and doing all this shit. Well, rats get treated a certain way, my guy.
I mean,
and it was inevitable for your ass to get caught down bad. And I don't know why you shocked. I don't know why you think that nobody was gonna happen.
Because he said on the Breakfast Club that he moved militant. And
that wasn't too many. Hey, listen.
Hey, look,
Ain't too many militant people going to Planet Fitness when you known for nigga. Why you ain't got weights at the crib?
They said,
there ain't no way in hell I ain't got no water weights at the house. You ain't doing too
I
much.
said they beat that nigga up because he had them little ass shorts on.
Oh my soul, he did have some little.
He had some hoochie daddy. That was they was behind hoochie daddy.
Nah, bro, that was all finna say. That's the funny part, bro.
His drawers was longer than
nah, that was the funny part. They was saying the niggas that beat him up, old school, because that was his drawers. They took that nigga pants and they took that nigga
they beat the nigga out of shit.
Oh man.
Yeah, that's why that nigga said. I was watching. Shout out.
Get back to his locker, man. Everything was in his locker.
I was watching Community with AP now. And the nigga was like, yeah, them niggas old school. They took that nigga pants and his shoes. Them niggas old school.
I thought that shit was staged at first until I seen
until you saw that.
Until I seen the whole video.
Yeah, until you saw that. They was working his ass.
It was the first time ever.
But one nigga had Crocs on.
It was the first time ever
ones.
I seen this nigga do something on there, but not have no video immediate after. That nigga did not post no video. He posted a picture and no video. That nigga normally he be like, yeah, them motherfuckers, I come get them on everything out. That nigga had none of that energy. They had beat that nigga into a humble state of mind.
They beat that nigga in the Judgment Day.
Bro, they beat. I'm telling you, that motherfucker. The funny part was he was walking away, and Buddy said, "Yo, no, really, I'm a fan." He said, "No, you're not.
You would have helped me.
You would have
helped me." He said, "You would have helped me.
You jumped me." He said, "No, I didn't."
That nigga said, "Y'all going to hell."
They gonna meet your ass down there.
He told them niggas they was going to hell.
They gonna meet your ass down there. Y'all have a party down there with a bunch of colors.
Oh shit!
Hey, you know how you move?
Funny. I'm not laughing at that, man.
Who you got?
I had to go with I guess I don't feel like I'm fucking with Memphis, but I had to go with Dylan Brooks, man. Dylan Brooks, man, you gotta trade yourself, bro. For one, pushing that ref, and then for two, I don't know if y'all saw it, he tried to switch jerseys with Kyrie.
Bro, that nigga walked off, bro.
Did you
He
see
didn't
that?
even look at him, bro. He gave his jersey and hit it.
Dog, that shit was hilarious, dog.
Kyrie then was finna do the jersey swap, and Kyrie gave him his jersey, and he tried to give Kyrie his jersey, and pretty much Kyrie said, "I'm good." Shook his hand and went up.
He didn't say that. Dog gave him his jersey and pimped off. That's all it was. Dog tried to give him, and the dog already had his back to him, bro. By the time dude could offer his jersey, dog gave him like this. He took with both hands. By the time he got to it and was able to give his jersey, that nigga was already 3 steps away with his back. Dog said, if you ain't see, he tried to give it to him twice. He said, and pimped off. And never came back.
Never came back.
I'm sure he didn't yell his name. Bro, you know damn well if a nigga give you your jersey, you're supposed to take that, bro. What that tell you? Like, man, I don't really want your jersey that bad, but I don't know who you might be, bro.
Yeah.
You ain't Draymond Green.
Yeah.
But,
I don't want your jersey at all.
Yeah, Dylan Brooks.
I would have took it. I would have auctioned
Trade
it.
yourself, man. You need to get some self-awareness. You are not on Kyrie Irving level. I understand you feel like you are as you should.
He good.
As you
to not take his shit.
He's cool. He's cool. He's no better than Blue Edwards.
Remind me again, Utah Jazz.
Yes, Theodore Edwards, Blue Edwards.
Yeah, Blue Edwards.
Yeah, Theodore Edwards. He's no better than
I
Blue
can't remember that
Edwards.
nigga, but yeah, Utah Jazz.
No, I mean, he's not a generational talent like Kyrie. You got people that say Kyrie is the most skilled player ever.
One of the best ball handlers ever.
If he's the most skilled player ever, he's majorly underachieving in his playing career. I'm just gonna keep it real.
But a lot of great
All
skill
this team
players
be
do though.
losing.
Because I mean, look at Iverson. Iverson, one of the best dribblers to ever touch the motherfucking NBA floor, but he
he went to
underachieved.
the finals as the man.
He did.
Kyrie went to the finals with LeBron. The proof of that is Matt Dellavedova was starting in place of him because he was hurt the first time they went to the finals. Kyrie was not playing. It was Matt Dellavedova.
Who?
So Kyrie Irving was along for the ride. That team went to the finals with Matt Dellavedova the year before. And then when Kyrie was on any other team, them teams was losing. I'm just saying, Boston, Brooklyn,
but
Dallas.
But to be fair,
Dallas.
but to be fair, that wasn't Kyrie's intent, okay? Because Kyrie was drafted there when LeBron was with the Heat, and nobody knew LeBron was going to demand to leave the Heat to come back to that Cleveland team.
But that's not the point.
But to kick Black off and then pick up Love.
I know, he wasn't the man though.
But he was the man. He was the man before LeBron got there, and that's what kind of fucked him up a little bit.
Ivo was the man and went to a championship as the man.
He did.
Ivo never went. I mean, Kyrie never went to the championship as the man.
You're right, except for when he dragged the motherfucking that Nets team into the playoffs when they had that injured before Durant got there. It was him and Harden.
That team was decent before he got there.
Shit, we said that. We all agreed.
That team was in the playoff before. Brooklyn was in the playoff before Kyrie got there. With Dinwiddie, LeVert, Afro Man.
They're going to be in the playoffs right now.
Yeah, I'm talking about.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
He didn't take him to the top, but I don't think they had another star player like him right there. It takes two to get there, so. But I say it like this, but everybody says Kyrie wasn't the man that day, but to me, Kyrie hit the biggest shot in the finals, but that shit got overshadowed by LeBron's block on Iguodala. And that's what I say. He hit the big shot to hit the three to take him in there.
A shot in the 7-game series, though.
The biggest shot. It is. The biggest shot in the 7-game series.
But guess who else did that? Steve Kerr.
He did.
John Paxton.
Ray Allen, Chris Bosh.
A lot of motherfuckers who wasn't
takes that away from them.
Yeah, so that's a great shot. You know what I'm saying? But same time, maybe Matt Dellavedova could have hit that shot. Matt Dellavedova was in the finals the year before.
All I'm saying is, with minus LeBron, that Cleveland team was up next anyways because they had Kyrie and they was building. And with the exception, we don't know if they would have got Love. We don't know if they would have pulled that move. But they were getting that coach and they're Black. Remember, Black was supposed to be their coach because he was supposed to. And then soon with LeBron, he wasn't terrible, man. Him and LeBron had creative differences, and they got him up out of there. Because when they said is that him and LeBron wasn't jamming, that means dude had all these new concepts. LeBron was like, look, just give me the ball. Fuck that concept, give me the ball. And so they got him out of there.
Because he run his own.
But they got him out of there, and who they bring in? Yes, man, Tyronn Lue, because he not gonna say no to LeBron. LeBron gonna take me to the top, which inevitably happened because LeBron.
I heard Ty Lue check niggas in the locker room.
Not that first year he didn't. Now Tyronn Lue does. Yes, but not that first year. Not that first year he wasn't. He was a yes man. Just like a lot of people who had to go with LeBron turned to yes man, because at the end of the day, pass me the ball and let me do what I do, and that's the play. And I'm not taking that away because that's what helps get him to where he needs to be. That's why he's successful. But you know players like I'm talking about. That's how Kobe, that's how Mike, that's how a lot of good players is. And Kyrie was going to be up next, but LeBron came in there. And LeBron did what he said. He owed
Kyrie
Cleveland.
was hurt every year before LeBron got there. He was hurt when LeBron got there. He's hurt every year. He probably hurt right now. Let's be honest, man. Kyrie is hurt all the time. Kyrie Irving is like Chris Paul. No matter how good you are, you ain't gonna make it through a full season to win, though. Certain players gonna get hurt every year. And Anthony Davis, certain guys are gonna be hurt every year.
He said like Anthony Davis
now, like Yep.
Paul George. Yeah, I mean, Kyrie was a phenomenal talent, but he wasn't taking that team anywhere.
Lakers gonna make it?
Yeah, they should make it.
Lakers gonna make this playoffs?
They make this playoffs.
They should make the playoffs.
LeBron coming in playoff time?
I've been saying that all year.
LeBron coming in playoff?
I don't know when he coming back.
I took a lot of flack.
I think he's resting until it.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I took a lot of flack earlier today where I said people to understand how good Allen Iverson was to take that team
He was great.
to the finals.
He was great.
It would basically be the equivalent of, now y'all can agree or disagree, I said it would basically be the equivalent of Damian Lillard taking that Portland Trailblazer team to the finals and losing to Milwaukee 4-1.
Not really.
Nah.
They don't have.
It'd be
The Kip Mutombo is an all-star, a great defensive player, one of the best ever. You know what I'm saying? Up around the top of most blocks ever. Whoever the fuck he is.
It'd be like
it'd be defensively.
It'd be like Kyrie taking that Dallas team with Luka. It'd be like him taking that team up there because with the I give him at least one other star on that team because I think that 76ers together they at least equal one star. But like you said, somebody who can get a little weight off him. I would say it'd be like Kyrie being the leader on this Maverick team and taking them up there. That's what would be equivalent. If Kyrie could be a leader next year and take this team and give Luka just a little bit of rest to where he can just put up minimal and just save it for the playoffs, and Kyrie led this team, that'd be equivalent to that because that's about equal talent to me. Equal. With the minus of Luka. With the minus of
there's any comparison because of the way that Philly team was built.
Or if Kyrie would have took that Brooklyn team.
So they were stout. So you gotta have that as, a basis for a team now. And then you need the offensive player to carry the majority of the load, which is what AI did. And no matter how many times Luke and these guys scored 30, Allen Iverson's 30 was different because they scored less points. So he's scoring the majority. Like, the rest of the team mess around and score 60-something fucking points, man, along with his 30-something points. And they can win that game scoring 90-something points.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You can't win those games now. If Luka scored 30,
I can see that.
You know what I'm saying? You playing Sacramento, well, Sacramento trying to score 130 on you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So your 30 point in the midst of all of that ain't really nothing.
That's what
I'm
saying.
You can't even compare. It's just hard to compare. You know what I'm saying?
That's why I say that's why I compare it to like this Mavs team because they can put up, but they can't stop nothing. That's why I said. That's why I kind of associated with because, like you said, the 76ers they had a nice little defense, but when they held points and you score all these points, even with the missed shots you put up, but these guys they putting up quick points, but they can't stop nobody. Yeah. It's different. Your 30, like you said, if he put up 30 and I put up 30, that's 60 points. But if your team put up 90 on us, our 30s don't mean shit if can't nobody else do nothing. That's why I say it's basically just one or two people have to put up the load, but y'all can't stop nothing defensively. So y'all shoot basically going bucket for bucket at times with niggas. Man. And that's what cost them in the playoffs, going bucket for bucket.
That's a lot of these teams probably can't stop nobody.
They can't stop no bucket body.
Yeah.
Man. Episode 45 in the books, man. We got to pay these bills, man. Give some shout out. Saturday night, man. download the app, man. Bump that radio, man. If you, I don't know, if you and your lady, I don't know, about to have some dinner or something like that, man, playing some family games with the kids, download the Bump That Radio app. Also, if you're in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area, downtown, please go check out, I can't think of the spot right now. It's on the spot.
Press Break.
Press Break, excuse me. Press Break, man. Downtown La Crosse, Wisconsin. They got the cheesy nachos and all that good stuff. The cheesy beef, the Chicago hot dogs and all that good stuff. Also, man, the sun is starting to come out. You need your car wash. It's got all that salt from the winter on it. Where can they go in, though?
Go to King KO Car Wash, man. Right off La Crosse Street, man. Go check them out, man. They do details,
Yes,
car
sir.
washes, undercarriage, anything you need, man.
Yeah, Cuzzo doing a great job, man, doing big things, man. So, black owned, man, check them out, man. King KO Car Wash. Also, man, a breath of fresh, man. It's Saturday night. You might need some new kicks. You see your kicks looking a little bogus. They looking bobo.
You trying to say, man?
No, not at all. They're
Trying to
fresh.
say,
I still want them joints. I still want them. But hey, next Saturday you don't want to be looking bobo. You want to look fresh. Want to get you some, you know what I'm saying, some fresh kicks. I need you to check out a Breath of Fresh. My man Focus. He restores shoes. He also got plenty of shoes in there, plenty of Jordans, especially if you're in that 10 and a half range. He got plenty of size, all different colors. Also, where else can you fucking get a Supreme gumball, right? So check out a Breath of Fresh, and then also the Closet. My brother over there doing big things in the La Crosse, Wisconsin area, man. He got some exclusive kicks over there, so check them out, man. So old heads, we just trying to, you know what I'm saying, build with, you know, other brothers in, you know, the area, and, you know, trying to, you know, do big things. I didn't tell these brothers yet. We just hit I think we're at 503 right now on the page.
Okay.
Yeah, 503 right now on the
Where the
page.
drinks
So-
at, man?
Yeah, what the drinks at? We got episode 50
Stay
coming
ready.
up real fast. We got something special for you guys. Episode 50, so we appreciate y'all rocking with us. We need you guys to please go subscribe to our page, Old Heads on YouTube. Also, Hendo, Hendo, Hendo on YouTube. We need you guys to go subscribe. And man, we're gonna keep bringing you guys this great content. We're in the works of getting a new camera and all that good stuff. So also we got, you know, some things in the work. Got a video game tournament coming up, another basketball, old school versus new school. Of course, the Old Heads t-shirts. Inbox me if you're interested. We still got the Black History Old Heads t-shirts, the Go t-shirts, my pops, the LeBron. So man, any Old Heads merch, man, hit us up, inbox me, man. Old Heads episode 45, man. Go ahead and kick us out, BR.
Yo, Pops, back at that 45, huh? It's your boy Bills, man. Holla at us old here, man. Pops.
Man, Eddie, man, aka Honey Pack.
Honey Pack. The Honey Pack. You know what
We out this motherfucker.
They gonna really think this a Honey Pack.
Yeah, facts. That's what shit look like.
That nigga say, hit him with the honey. Oh,
Just
there
a
you
funny
go.
conversation.
That nigga say, hit him with the honey.